So, Fresh and Fit finally respond to this controversy surrounding Fresh's alleged baby mama or baby mamas because he allegedly has like 5 chicks, maybe or maybe not pregnant right now. But let's get to Aubrey and Preach for that video, and then we're gonna get to Fresh's and Fit's response.
Also, now I'm worried. I have to test the other girls, at least 4. And then,
what the did you say?
That's what she wrote. I didn't make that up. And she says another girl, 4 girls. You were saying you have sex with 4 girls without protection? I hope you have all the money for your children.
Wait, that's what he said.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said I have to get tests for the other girls.
It's like, okay, bro, why then have unprotected sex with her? Why then promote unprotected sex being the best way to do things out here, all right, to your fans, right? And then you go around shaming the very same women you make single mothers.
What's understood don't need to be explained, but apparently it does. Because this dude, listen, we could have rocked with you if it was just one, dog. Like, everybody get one, you know what I'm saying? But potentially 5, dog. You just run around here like a Uzi, just skeeting and everything, dog. What is you doing, bro? Let's get to the response that they had to this, though.
We were actually going to do an IRL stream today, but
This came up.
so now we got to go ahead and address it because it's all over X and all over the internet because, people love drama and love gossip, and it's kind of ridiculous that we have to go ahead and talk about this. But I guess we're here. And thanks to all the haters that made hit pieces that brought all the people over here. You're a free advertising group, you pieces.
Thank you, guys.
Some of y'all. But anyway.
It's funny because people tell the story without the full story.
Of course.
They think they know everything, and it's just like
they don't know everything.
Chilling, relaxing.
They're just, they got all this to say, you know what I mean? And the reality is, man, we pay a lot of people's bills, man. Like, people say,
them.
oh, Fresh and Fit, like, you're only irrelevant. But as soon as something happens, all you guys do, oh, let me talk about Fresh and Fit, oh, look at this, did you hear about this?
And isn't it funny?
Crazy.
A 3 or 4 is telling a story, and they believe it.
And all the Simps are believing
line and sinker, without any talk from me at all.
Nothing.
Isn't that,
they didn't hear your side, they believe it automatic.
But they like to hate. They want to hate me. I get it. But without the facts, what are you doing?
Speaking of facts, we got a special guest in the house, matter of fact.
Yes, we do.
Brought in the big guns for this one because we knew
best attorney for divorce and family matters, James Sexton, in the house.
It's all fun and games until the lawyer shows up, you know?
Yeah, man. Obviously, we ain't messing around on this one because, I mean,
it's serious.
Obviously, we were making some jokes on last week or whatever about it. But no, man, I mean, this is some pretty serious stuff.
So I don't know if the lawyer is here to actually represent Fresh or if he's just here visiting the podcast just to give a little legal advice. And pretty much what he told him is to say no comment. He says, you've made it when the 304s start to come after you. That's a good thing that you're in a good place financially, but it's bad that they're coming after you in this way. But he gives the lawyer's best advice, which is to say no comment because legal matters are happening right now. So you obviously can't say things that are going to damage your case. But let's get on to what Fresh had to say about it.
I got to say one thing, though.
Yeah.
First and foremost,
we do have the phone call.
But I will say this. I personally should not have nutted within a 304 like this. Granted, things happen, whether true or not. But, like you said, James, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Of course you shouldn't have nutted in there. She's the prototypical Instagram model. And it's funny because y'all said y'all don't like black women, right? Because of the Instagram model type behavior, right? But you go and get this, which you get the same result just from a different race. You dig what I'm saying? So y'all so busy trying to avoid black women that what you missed is that you should be avoiding the Instagram model type, not the race. You understand what I'm saying? Because you looked in other races, but you still was searching for Instagram model types and you got the same result. But you not only got her pregnant, allegedly, but you've potentially hit 4 other chicks raw. And we can pretty much bet they look similar to this. You think what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Because that's some info here I want to share with the chat.
This record, I have to tell you, the recording we are discussing and in all of these situations when there is a recording of this kind, which there always is, because Why would you be recording the conversation unless you plan to use that to stick somebody up?
Come on.
You know, normal, rational human beings who are acting in good faith
Right.
don't record their conversations.
Right.
You know, especially too when they're being mindful of the fact that there's a difference between a one-party state and a two-party state when it comes to consent for recordings, and that again, it's a felony in the state of Florida to record a conversation without the consent of the other party. And if you then publish it, that's a separate felony. So that's two felonies for the price of one.
Damn.
But again, the reality here is, if you want to play the recording, go ahead. People have heard it. People have listened to it. You know what? Congratulations. You're important enough of a person that people actually pay attention when someone's talking about you. And that is in and of itself an accomplishment. There are a whole lot of guys right now who a girl is calling them and saying, you know, I'm having a baby and it's definitely yours. And nobody cares.
So obviously, this is what this chick is after. She doesn't care about the felonies involved with recording and posting and this, that, and she'll deal with that when she deals with it. Because in her mind, the clout of it all is better than anything. Because she's going to be able to parlay this into something. First of all, if the baby is his, she's keeping it. And she's going to, as much as she says she don't want the money, they always want the money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be attaching themselves to men with money. Even though we've gotten to know Fresh as a kind of fake it till you make it kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a CEO, but of what type of dude? Like, but regardless of that, he still has some money. Now, how much you want to say it is, whatever you don't want to say. You know, so she doesn't really care about the law involved with this, because as she posts this and it's going viral where people are talking about her, she is going to be able to maneuver this into some type of career for herself. The 15 minutes of fame. And to Instagram model type chicks, that is like more valuable than anything. That's why they are so caught up in trying to catch you in the, you know, want to video you while you sleep in the bed and all of that. Like it's constant things that you got to know that are going to be coming your way when you get money. And dog, I mean, given the message that y'all preach with the single mothers and this, that, and other. And listen, I'm a proponent of this message. I believe that a lot of single mothers are being reckless with that vagina and letting too many dudes hit, and it's not equaling a good foundation for the family or society as a whole. You know, especially when they having, you know, 3-4 babies by 3-4 different baby fathers. You know, but we clearly have to hold the men responsible as well, because you out here dirt diggling it up, and it's not helping either, bro. Like, you listen. 5 potential baby mamas, dog. What if you playing Russian roulette with your nuts, bro? Just off that, putting your nuts in 5 different women raw, unprotected, dog. Like, I'm not saying you got something, but if people were betting on the situation, they will probably bet that you do have something. Just because of what STD stats say, and then mix that with how reckless that you operating out here, dog. I mean, think about it. You could be potentially infecting everybody that you going raw with, plus the babies. Like, some of these STDs can be passed to your child as they're born. You know, so all this is stuff we got to think about, man. But then, outside of that, you are now putting children in these women. And as much as we say that women should be protective, and, you know, it is up to the women to protect the goal, right? Because as we see here, the fellas, how we is when we young and stupid and got money, we'll hit anything. You know what I'm saying? We'll spread the seed Johnny Apple style, right? But that's kind of the nature of how it's supposed to go. The women are supposed to be the protectors. You know, they're supposed to stiff arm and keep dudes out of it, because we always chasing after it. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes it so valuable. That's what makes women so valuable. We're just trying to convey to women that don't allow yourself to, don't devalue yourself from bad decisions. But we got to say this the same to Fresh and men like Fresh who go out here dumping in chicks every which way. Like I don't think, even if you look at like Nick Cannon, people look up to Nick Cannon for how he does this. I don't think it's smart, bro. Like, you got the money to do it. So it's like, hey, if you got the money to do it, fine. But my thing is, man, when you get the spraying, I don't know how many kids he got, but you spraying 10 kids around the country, bro. Those kids are going to want to see you and to have a dad at some point. And they are going to be livid when that doesn't happen, because it's not going to be possible to happen. You, first of all, you Nick Cannon or you Fresh, your schedule is going to be crazy. And it's honestly, watching people with kids. I don't have any kids, but watching people with kids is honestly very difficult for people to keep up with one child's activities. And they get sick. They want to. They got energy. They want to play. They want to go do this. They want to go do that. You know what I'm saying? So then you multiply that times 10. You just spraying kids all over the place. It's not how God intended this to be. He intended us to be fruitful and multiply, but God intended us to be fruitful and multiply, but in a way that we would be together with our kids and with our wife or wives or whatever, however you want to slice it. But to just be willy-nilly out here slanging and dangling, dropping kids everywhere, bro. We trying to build fathers, which is what builds families, which is what builds communities, which is what builds society. And as you can see, society is torn right now because we are starting in the wrong place. We're building with the wrong materials and the wrong tools. So you couldn't possibly build a house that would stand for long, if you get what I'm saying. But this your boy P. Camp. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.